I've actually been a part of this channel before, so it's not like I shouldn't know what the damn name is, you know what I mean? It's Team Retro is what I was part of, and he's a part of, or you're gonna get Mark is going to be interviewed on Nostalgia Gaming Retro, and if you guys have a chance, check that out. It's gonna be pretty interesting because now he gets to actually be interviewed by retro gamers, and it's a different experience. Mark, you're gonna enjoy this because you're used to.
When you say retro gamers, you're talking about people that no more older than what, 30?
Well, I mean, he's in his 30s, yeah. So,
Yeah,
well,
so, yeah,
to you,
Yeah.
it's going to be a deep dive for them, going back into history and learning about games that they don't know anything about. So, I've already let Rapid know that he's just a baby in a big man's world. You know what I mean? He knows. And I've also informed him that he shouldn't be like a Scottish teddy bear. People shouldn't freaking like want to come up and hug him and shit. I was like, a good Scotsman is supposed to be tough and rugged and shit. And this teddy bear shit needs to go. So he's going to try to toughen up on you. I don't know how well he's going to do it because he's not really like a tough guy. You know what I mean? He tried to be with me a couple times, and he just hasn't got it in him. But he's hanging out with Zach now, and Zach's Disney Magic Zach. We've done interviews with him, so.
Okay, that's who you meant. Okay, yeah.
So you guys have some background together, but like I think you're gonna enjoy this because they aren't like me and all the other crazies that you hang out with on Minds.com. They're kind of like a breath of fresh air, I should say, you know.
What, you mean they're not crazy?
Yeah, they are crazy.
Okay, but in a good way.
But it's like there's a fine line between gamers and gay. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of gamers are mistaken for being like homosexual, and it's because of like their really nice passive attitudes about shit. You know what I mean? It's like they're really like they're jellyfish is basically the best way of saying it. Like most gamers are like freaking jellyfish. You try to talk to them about serious shit like politics and everything, and they go, "Please shut up. That makes my head hurt. I'm trying to play Pokemon." You know, and shit like that. It's like that they don't get into all that stuff. So, but it's a breath of fresh air being around retro gamers. They're not even like regular gamers. You know what I mean? Like me, I get on games that are outside of the retro gaming thing as well, and I like to shoot things and kill it and say cuss words. You know what I mean? But like retro gamers, they don't even do that. Like they get on there and they play old episodes of Resident Evil, and that's like that's like the scariest thing to them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sort of, yeah.
It'll make you feel better, so that you know it'll be pretty laid back, and they probably know that I'm going to be talking smack about them, so they'll be ready for that. Just if you don't have to worry about holding back when it comes to me and talking to them. Just tell them, Roger just keeps saying all these horrible things about you guys, like you're like inches away from being gay, and like Rapid's just a freaking big old freaking Scottish teddy bear and shit, you know. And he's from Scotland.
Okay.
So yeah, you can tell them all that, and they know me. They know me really, really well. Okay. So I hope you enjoy yourself on that interview. And And I gave them heads up too on the things that'll get you freaking fired up. So they're gonna be ready. Like I guarantee you're gonna be talking about the cloud gaming, and you're gonna be talking about artificial intelligence.
Please excuse me now.
Now, when you go on there, talk to them like you do with me, okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about freaking being all nice and stuff about that stuff, because I already told him. I was like, you're gonna get riled when you start doing that, and I was like, he'll get riled.
Oh, nice. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, riled for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between me getting riled up and you getting riled up. Like the other night when we were on Minds Round Table, that was you getting riled up. Yeah. You know, and like fuck.
Not really.
There's a well, I don't want to start talking about the nerd fight between you and Bill Altman either, but
Again, that was no nerd fight.
it was you winning is what that was. That wasn't even a nerd fight. That was like Bill Altman crying like a nerd baby. He's not even capable of being a proper nerd, dude. You know, like, you don't freaking throw a tantrum like that, dude, like a baby and stuff. So that was okay. So, without all that being said, I want to get on to the AI. Now, the integration of AI in the gaming industry has a lot of facets. The game developers, from like game developing all the way to the players' interactions. Now, with AI in the development part, you have it's called procedural content generator. Okay. Now, these procedural generation content generators, they use algorithms. Okay. To like create like immersive worlds. So you have this AI that it's literally generating huge freaking worlds. And Minecraft, believe it or not, has been doing that for years. So that's one example that they use, and they've also done that on other games too. Like, have you ever heard of a game called The Forest?
Survival type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you go in there and there's a whole bunch of like zombie kind of human or cannibals that are trying to kill you, and you have to survive on your own without them attacking you.
Let me guess, it's based in Canada.
Well, most likely. I actually kind of, because they don't specifically say where the airplane crashes, but
Okay.
I mean, if it was up to me to make a judgment call, I would say, yeah, it was in Canada, most likely, because, oh, excuse me, these people, man, are straight up cannibals, and they live in little bitty huts. And like, they'll hunt you down and try to eat you, so you have to be careful. And then I've been also talking with DDJ about doing another game that he mentioned wanting to do the game, but he hasn't really ever contacted me back about it. We're doing Valheim. I don't know if you've ever heard of the game before or not. It's kind of like The Forest, but it's Viking.
Okay.
And that's another one that has a generated world. Now, Minecraft, their generated worlds, they say now that Minecraft actually has the memory to create a generated world the size of Pluto.
Okay.
That's how much memory they can pull when you're playing that game, dude. They can create a freaking planet from content generation the size of Pluto. And they're working on actually making it larger. You know what I mean? That's one of their biggest projects. Then besides them, there's also a game called No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Now, No Man's Sky, it uses AI to generate planets and like ecosystems, and then like the fauna and the flora and everything on the.
I'm not sure if if the term AI is applicable in any of these games. These are just mathematical procedures.
Well, they refer to it as algorithms,
Okay.
and every time I hear algorithms, and a lot of people debate me on this, but every time I hear this, I look at it like waves. You know what I mean? Which
Okay.
and the only reason why I think of it like that is, and I could be wrong, but it's because of audio, dealing with audio and stuff, and
Okay. Yeah.
so like whenever I go into like my analytics on YouTube and stuff, what sticks out to me is the lines and the graphs. You know what I'm saying? Those are the algorithms to me. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
I could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong. But that's just how maybe I read into it a little bit too much. You know what I mean? But that's what it seems like to me whenever I go into my analytics, and the way they've got the analytics set up according to the line graphs. They're showing.
Okay. Again, like I said before, I think the term artificial intelligence too broadly used.
Well, that's actually a good thing, because like for you to talk about, because you always say that, but like whenever you get into it, you never really like fully get into like how like when you say that it's really broadly used. I mean, what do you mean, and what do you mean, or what do you think artificial intelligence really should be? You know what I mean?
I think we've had a lot of conversations about this already.
Well, not about what you think AI should be, though. That we've always talked about, how broad it is. But okay, the best way of saying it is, in your mind, what do you think artificial intelligence, if it did exist, what do you think it should be? Especially having a background in it, like you should actually have a pretty good interpretation of what you think artificial intelligence should be. I think.
I don't know. Terms like cognitive and sentience come to mind.
Okay, so cognitive. Now, kind of elaborate on that. Just don't put the word out there and think that's good enough.
I'm gonna have to think about this one a bit more, I think.
Now, I can actually pull up the definition of cognitive to give you a little bit of inspiration to talk about it, if you want to do that. Does that sound cool? Cognitive. Now, hopefully, cognizant. Now, actually, that's cognitant. Okay, so the correct spelling word for cognizant is as in knowing knowledge or awareness. Its origin is in the Latin cognoscere, to get to know, while the British spelling is cognizant. So hopefully I can do it in the British spelling, because here they have the Z in it, and it wants to take me to a freaking it wants to take me to a company. So so it's an adjective, having or showing knowledge or understanding or realization.